canvas. And I went, where am I? How did I get here? And all of a sudden everything started getting really hot. Really hot. And I started getting fatter and fatter. My body was rising. I couldn't stop myself. It was so hot. And then all of a sudden, when I just thought about just screaming in agony, I was whisked out of that area. And I was gently, idly laying in a windowsill in northern Dakota. Sitting, feeling the light breeze of a spring day on my face. But I wasn't sure what my face was anymore. It was all blotchy and puffed out. I grew up in a freezer my whole life. My whole life was just dark, but I heard so many things. Oh, the things I've heard. You wouldn't even believe. I was right across from the hamburger, and they cry at night. Why me? Why? What did I do to be strained like this? And now all I am is big squiggles. I couldn't stand it some nights. And on the next aisle over was the paprika. Oh my gosh, what a complete horror. She's like, spread me wherever you want. I don't mind. And I couldn't even believe it. I often just wallowed in despair where I was living. It was an amazing experience.
So, how did you get your name?
Pillsbury?
Yeah.
Do you really want to know?
I do.
You sure?
I do.
Many don't ask me this question. That's a little personal.
Okay. I'm pretty sure you can tell us, though.
My father my father, Mr. Rhodes, to support the family through our hard times, he would often have to push pills. He would push the pills off the little rotary thing on the shelves. We had to push pills off for so many years just to get them sold. Once people find them on the ground, they're a little more attractive that way. They go, oh, this looks a little disheveled. I can do with that. These pills look like they need to get home. That's how we grew up. So we got the nickname Pills for a long time. Pills for a long time. And then Barry, oh, I don't know if I should tell you this story, but my grandfather was a rotisserie chicken. And one day they found out he was past his expiration date. And they took him from his warm, sweet home under those 3 lights that he'd been living in for so long. Took him out to the back, threw him carelessly into the dark cavern of the dumpster. There we buried him. Pillsbury. Pillsbury. Their dead grandfathers in the dumpster. But people didn't really go that far. They just said Pillsbury. And then just dough. Obviously. I mean, everyone has their own anatomical setup, but we unfortunately were just dough. So the first part of our last name just kind of came as it is, because we are dough in our own sense.
Do you want to sit up?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
And
It would probably feel good if you began to sit up now.
it does feel good.
Okay.
And boy, most people kind of get the notion I'm a boy. And I am. I'm the the Pillsbury Doughboy.
And you can open your eyes.
And
it feels good.
It does. It feels very good. And you know, it's not hard keeping yourself so purely white all the time. And people just don't understand that. I mean, I get nicks and scuffs all the time. People don't understand. It's really hard to stay this white. It's a pressured life I live. But you know, life continues.
So, how did you get your hat?
My hat?
Yes. The Pillsbury Doughboy hat.
It's not really a hat.
What is it?
Well, you see, while I was being birthed, the placenta didn't really detach from me, and it kind of morphed onto my head. And so as I grew up, I went, I can't live life like this, with the placenta being stuck on my head in such a grotesque manner. So I fashioned myself a little hat out of some scraps here and there. I find them, on the ground.
Oh crap, that's Romanian grotesque.
And just kind of
I gotta search that.
glued it onto my head with a little, the frosting in aisle 4. I had to fill that up first, just so it'd give a nice stick. And then we just put it over top. And no one's really been able to notice this abnormality of myself for quite some time now. They just take the notion that it's a hat. That's okay.
I see.
Gross.
So, how was your childhood?
Grotesque.
Oh, childhood. It had its ups and downs. And, and I've had many siblings, grandparents, stepfathers, stepmothers.
Okay.
Second sisters twice removed. all of them have all been here. Some I've left, some been thrown out.
Uh-huh.
It's a hard life. Hard life here. It's cold. But we survive.
And you're doing a great job at it, aren't you?
With a sister like Santita, you just have to. I mean...
Who's Santita?
You've seen her. I know you've seen her. She's the one who was wearing that slutty low-cut dress. Stops about here. She's carrying this basket that could never survive in real life. I mean, it's made out of like 4 corn husks. I mean, there's no way that thing could hold up in any kind of weather. She's holding them like this, smiling, just smiling. And oh, everyone thinks that smile means she's just so perfect. Let me tell you something, Miss Santita's, she's gone through some really, really crappy stuff. And she's been a real slut. But you know what? We love her anyway. I'm not gonna hold a grudge. I'm not. She's my favorite sister.
How many sisters do you have?
Oh, I can't even begin to count. I mean, every aisle brings someone new. Every new stalker boy brings boxes and boxes of new brothers and sisters.
So, who do you most despise?
Out of what, my brothers and sisters?
Do you have aunts and uncles?
Oh, I have them all.
Okay. Who do you dislike the most?
Well, there's this kind of head honcho.
Okay.
He thinks he's pretty legit. But let me tell you something. He's not. He is not legit.
Really?
He's done. Okay. Am I talking to the world?
Yes.
Do not listen to Mr. Pibb. Do not listen. He's evil and conniving. Have you ever seen him on sale? Ever? Even with a coupon? You know, we want to help the other people of the world by saving some money, by giving ourselves up for cheaper, because we care and we love. Mr. Pibb? Oh, you know how many times he just jumps off that shelf and leaks his rusty colored interior all over the nice floor? And he laughs. Oh, he spews out his laughter like this sick, sticky goo. And then he just wallows in it for days. And sometimes he rolls underneath that shelf just to piss people off. He's like, you know, I can do this. Rolls away. Comes back up. And he'll sit under that little shelf. One time he stayed under there for a week. People started questioning, what's that smell? Why is my shoe sticky? I knew, but what could I do? I was over in aisle 1 on the other side of the store. He was in aisle 16. I could...
So what store were you in?
Smith's.
Smith's.
It's where we lived our whole lives.
Our whole lives. So do you have a crush? Can you tell us about that?
I found this really special lady. She's really something. I've never... She has this life to her that I just find enticing.
Okay.
Yeah, she's...
What's her name?
She's nearby. If I tell you her name, you're gonna know her right off.
I know. We'd like to know her.
I don't know if I'm ready to... Okay. Guess you'd find out sooner or later. Okay. You know, the Mountain Dairy Cow?
Is that the one?
A gem. A true gem. Oh, you can hear any night of the week. Just mooing and laughing like you'd never imagine. Oh, have you ever seen a picture on the milk?
She just said milk.
Mm-hmm.
She looks just like that. I ripped off one of those labels and keep it on the other side of the shelf. Just when I'm feeling down, I just kind of look over at her. There she is. Just smiling and laughing away, that little bell so cutely wrapped around her neck. Ding-donging away. Oh.
So who's the funnest to hang out with in the store?
Oh man, funnest. Well, I know the annoyingest one. You know that frickin' leprechaun? What's his name?
Lucky?
Oh gosh. You know how many nights he runs around in his underwear screaming, "Catch me, Lucky Charms!" I'm like, no one's gonna catch him. No one cares. No one has for 18 years now. If someone would have caught him, you wouldn't be in this business. So stop flaunting yourself around, offering your Lucky Charms. Someone would have got him if they wanted him. Just saying. And why does he want him and then make people run after him? He's like, catch him, but I'm gonna run away.